We're going to return to action here for the doubleheader of this Arkansas Tech and Southeastern Oklahoma State GAC conference matchup on the softball diamond.
News Authority is CAR, KRV Russellville.
Arkansas Tech University is presented in part by Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air, Miller Roofing, by First State Bank, River Valley Tractor, Old South Restaurant, Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, by Centennial Bank, Feldner's Athletes Corner, Ashley Heating and Air, A Better Way Realty, by Fleet Tire Point S, Rockline, Alathus Realty, Mr. Brake and Lube, Off-Road Tire, by Box Drop, Phil Wright Autoplex, Strikers, Les Frazier, Amcor, and by Arkansas Carports.
We're going to return here to GAC Conference softball matchup. Southeastern Oklahoma State took game one of the doubleheader on just a two-hit outing, but that was enough to notch one run for the Savage Storm and gave them the victory 1-0 in game one of this doubleheader. Bailey Buffington's going to start in the circle here for Arkansas Tech, with Peyton Streetman leading off as she did last game for the Savage Storm. Streetman will be followed by Alexis Lambert, Cheyenne Mahey, Marilyn Alvarado, Camry Wallace, Katie Fryrear, Lauren White, Gracie Orr, and Bailey Beard. The 0-2 pitch from Buffington. Can't find the zone as the count moves to 1-2 with no outs here in the first frame of the second game of this doubleheader between the Arkansas Tech Golden Suns and the Southeastern Oklahoma State Savage Storm. And the 1-2 pitch to Streetman is deposited almost back into her own dugout. Not the best way to make friends with their teammates there by sending a 130-mile-an-hour softball to their face. But Streetman's going to get back into the box here and try and battle here with Buffington on the 1-2 count here for the first at-bat of this the second game of the doubleheader. Streetman lays one down to third base, eats up Mayberry a bit at third, and she can't quite handle it as Mayberry got the slow roller there and couldn't quite wrap the leather around it. Streetman moves up to first base off the error from Cassie Mayberry at third. And now Alexis Lambert's going to step into the box here and try and get some early movement. Now Streetman got on first base twice early last game. Proceeded to steal second base 2 times in a row. Looks like she'll try and do the same here, but that first pitch runs inside. And Lambert tried to lay down a bunt. Goes foul, and Streetman has to return back to first base. Lambert gets a little words of encouragement from interim head coach for the Southeastern Oklahoma State Savage Storm, Courtney Rogers. Streetman on first base here. Count is 0-1 with nobody out, top of the first. Streetman's probably going to try and steal second base right here. Known for her speed. She had 2 stolen bases in the 2 walks she had last game. She's going to take off here, but that bunt's going to go foul. Count moves now to 0-2. Buffington works ahead here of the left fielder, number 44, the junior Alexis Lambert. Sun's still out here for this second game. Breeze has picked up quite a bit. Here's the 0-1. 0-2. Excuse me, and that was the 0-2 pitch, and Lambert swung through it for the first out of the inning and the first K of the day for Bailey Buffington. Cheyenne Mahey now pulling double duty today as she's going to step into the circle here in the next inning. Pitch for Southeastern Oklahoma State, but she's batting third here as Buffington sends the first pitch just above the strike zone. Count goes 1-0 with 1 out here, top of the first. That ball is fouled off as well. Count moves now to 1-1. A 1-1 pitch from Buffington. Mayhe puts it up on the air. Timber Riley's going to grab it there for the second out of the inning. The dead duck off the bat is Cheyenne Mayhe. Streetman hasn't moved over to second base yet. Part of her bread and butter as a base runner is using that speed to get around the bases, and she hasn't had a chance to steal second yet. I'd imagine with 2 outs, they'd probably keep her in place right here, but stranger things have happened. Second baseman Marilyn Alvarado swaggers into the box here for her first at-bat of the second game. Streetman taking a quick lead off of first, but she'll retreat back as Buffington humps the first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 count with 2 outs, top of the first. Here's the 0-1 from Buffington to Alvarado. Streetman takes off, might have her right there. Infield umpire calls her safe as Streetman gets her third stolen base so far of this 2-game series. Alvarado swung through that one, and now the count moves to 0-2. And Buffington's got her in a hole here. This one's deposited into right field. Looks like Cooney's going to have enough room to put the ball away. And even though one runner gets on, no one threatens. No one really gets a hit. One error allowed Streetman to reach. And the score is 0-0 here as we come back after a break to the bottom of the first inning here on KARV. Shake up in the lineup here for Arkansas Tech as they step in for their first at-bat to this second game of the doubleheader. Timber Riley going to bat in the leadoff position here. She'll be followed by Caitlin Wells, Mackenzie Goins, Cassie Mayberry, Shelby Chavers, Sydney Keaton, Brooke Pruitt, Jessica Williams, and Adriana Cooney. Riley watches the first pitch there from Cheyenne Mayhe from Southeastern Oklahoma. Run right by her for strike one. Here's the second pitch now to Riley. Riley puts a shot into left field, but that one's going to go foul. Count is now 1-2. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch now to the team leader in batting average, Timber Riley. That ball runs high, way upstairs for ball one. Here's the 1-2 from Mayhe. That one goes outside, much to the dismay of some of these Southeastern fans, but home plate umpire didn't like it, called it a ball. Count goes even now at 2-2. Nobody on here as Riley leads off the inning in Arkansas Tech's first at-bat of this ball game. 2-2 by Riley. This ball's put into right center field. It's going to find a gap, and Riley's going to have extra bases here. On her high horse to second. She'll stop right there, claps, and fires up her dugout. And that's the first damage of the ball game as Riley takes the leadoff bat, puts a shot into deep right center field. And now up swaggers Caitlin Wells. Ready to trade places here with Timber Riley.
Caitlin Wells.
Here's the 0-0 pitch to Wells. Runs inside. This ball gets away from the catcher. And Riley will move up there. She's got third base now, and the Golden Suns have one on at third base with nobody out here to start off the first inning. The most offense we've seen so far today from Arkansas Tech, and it comes in the first frame of the ball game in this second set of the doubleheader here. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Wells. Riley at third base. Wells puts one into right center field. Now they're just trading places in the gaps, folks. Wells is on her high horse around first base. She'll get into second. The throw gets away from the relay. Man at shortstop. Wells stands at second base. She'll drive home Timber Riley, and it's a 1-0 ball game here with nobody out to start the inning.
Hitting next, the first baseman, number 18.
Looks like the catcher now for Southeastern Oklahoma, Lauren White's going to go out and have a word here with Cheyenne Mayhew, who's given up 2 consecutive doubles. Not a good start for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Now it looks like Mackenzie Goins, the first baseman, is batting third here today. Batting .262 on the season. The junior plays first base for the Golden Suns. Goins watches that one run high, ball 1. No outs, 1 runner on. Caitlin Wells stands at second base after hitting a double to right center, immediately following Timber Riley's double to the left center. And Goins, I'm sure, would love to hit a double herself, but she watches that next pitch run into the zone, called strike 1. Goins hits a foul ball out of play. Count is 1-2. Wells still stands at second base. Mayhew's given up 2 consecutive hits now. Both doubles to right and left center for Timber Riley, who came around to score. And Caitlin Wells is now at second base. Here's the 1-2 to Goins. Goins gets around on that, and you thought that she was going to have that ball Goins into the back part of the yard as hard as she swung like that, but nothing ever came to fruition there as the count is now 1-2 still. Goins turns on that pitch as well, but it's also deposited foul near the third base dugout. Count still 1-2, nobody out. Designated player Caitlin Wells on second base for the Golden Suns. Here's the 1-2. Goins puts one to third around the third base line. It's going to roll foul. Count stays the same. A good at bat here for first baseman Mackenzie Goins, and this Arkansas Tech hitting staff today is making Cheyenne Mayhew work for every pitch she's given. Still no outs. Wells stands at second base, just above our sight line above Wells. The bouncy castle on the berm is there to celebrate Arkansas Tech's success this season and get a little culture and atmosphere here at Chartwells as Goins wears that one, and she's going to end up at first base as she's hit by that pitch. And now Tech's got 2 on with nobody out, and here comes Cassie Mayberry, the third baseman.
The third baseman, number 28, Cassie Mayberry.
We're going to have a quick discussion here in the circle for Southeastern Oklahoma State with 2 on and nobody out. Mayhe may be getting the early hook here as we return on KARV.
Goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability, durability, and versatility built in, like #1 selling Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today. In the River Valley, see River Valley Tractor on Weir Road in Russellville.
Mayberry laid down the bunt right there.
This Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier.
Mayberry laid down the bunt right there to move runners over to second and third. And now with one out in the inning, here comes the center fielder Shelby Chavers up to the plate. Shavers clinging to a .287 batting average this season. She's driven in 18 runs to her credit. I'm sure 20 would be nice right here. Chavers watches that second pitch run outside. Excuse me, that one's going to find the strike zone, and the count is even at 1-1 here with one out. One's across the board here. One out, one on here in the bottom of the first. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wells at third base. Goins at second. Chavers watches that one run inside near her kneecaps. But it's called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count moves to 1-2 with 1 out. Runners at second and third, both in scoring position here. Southeastern Oklahoma looking to limit the damage. Chavers swings through that one and gets the K, and now with 2 outs. 1 run may just be all that Arkansas Tech will get in this inning, unless Sydney Keaton, the left fielder, wants to come in and put a charge into one. Keaton's a sophomore. She plays left field for Arkansas Tech. Made a good play at the middle innings of last game. Charged all the way into the fence to catch a pop fly. Ended up being a key out in the inning. Now I'm sure she'd like to get her bat going with this at-bat. She watches the first one go through and swings at it. It's called a strike. 0-1 now with 2 out and runners on second, third here in the bottom of the second. Mayhe gives her the pitch right there, and it's fouled off and out of play. 0-2 count. And Mayhe looks like she might have the last batter of this inning in the hole, 0-2. Keaton started 26 games for the Golden Suns this year.
It's Macy's Friends and Family.
And she'll swing through that one as the inning is over.
Bartles and James Taylor.
But Arkansas Tech gets one across the board here as Keaton swings at that one and strikes out. Arkansas Tech gets 2 hits right there. Goins and Riley and Wells both hit doubles. Riley came around to score. Wells and Goins got stranded at second base. But 1 run comes across, and Arkansas Tech has a 1-0 lead here going into the top of the second inning as Bailey Buffington steps up for her second inning of work as we return to you on KARV.
Tire and auto service, we're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto
Buffington
Service.
sends the first pitch of this
2304
inning
East Main, Russellville.
into the zone.
Now, back to the Alatus Realty broadcast
Wallace.
booth. Buying or selling your home has never
Hits
been
that ball
easier.
into center field. It's going to fall in between center and right. Chambers picks
I'm
it
Bill
up and
St.
shifts it
James.
over to Pruitt covering second base. Number 16, Camry Wallace is going to get her first hit of the ball game as she deposits one into no man's land. Right in between center right and second base. Nobody had to jump on it and it was able to get there in time. And now Southeastern Oklahoma State has their leadoff runner at first base with nobody out. Up steps in Katie Fryrear. Fryrear is going to foul off that first pitch. Count is 0-1. Oh-2 from Buffington. Had a little bit of late movement, and it just slipped outside of the strike zone. 1-1 count now for Bailey Buffington. Bailey Buffington has made 17 starts this year with 8 complete games. She'll send the 1-1 pitch right here to Fryrear. Fryrear squares to bunt right back to Buffington. Buffington turns and makes the play at first base. That's the easy one. But number 16, Camry Wallace, the junior third baseman who just deposited the single into right field. We'll move to second base right here.
Now hitting the catcher, number 17, Lauren White.
Lauren White now going to get her first at-bat of this ball game. She came in a pinch hitting situation late in the first series of this doubleheader. That ball can't find the zone with a little late action there, and count is 1-0 to start. The catcher, Lauren White. The Kansas City native slices that one foul into the band practice parking lot.
No, I think that's it.
No damage here. Runner on second base for Southeastern Oklahoma State. That's Camry Wallace. Only one away in the inning. Here's the 1-1 from Buffington. That rise ball couldn't find the zone at all. 2-1 count now. Buffington using a lot of off-speed stuff with a lot of movement inside and outside the plate. But that one finds nothing but catcher's mitt outside of the strike zone, and the count is 3-1. Here's the 3-1 from Buffington. Down the middle, deposited in between third and short. Left fielder Sydney Keaton comes up firing, but it looks like Camry Wallace is going to make it over to third base. As Lauren White gets the
right fielder, number
single right there.
Gracie Orr.
And here comes the right fielder, Gracie Orr. Gracie Orr was busy in right field last game. She had several putouts and a single in the later innings. Here's the first pitch to her. Called a strike. And now Buffington works ahead here. Count is 0-1 in her favor. 2-1 and runners at the corners for the Savage Storm. Wallace is at third base. Whitehead leads off first. Buffington's 0-1 pitch. Fouled back and out of play by Gracie Orr, the right fielder. Sophomore batting .293 so far this season. This will be her 100th at-bat of the 2022 campaign. And I'm sure Buffington would like to make this at-bat one that she'd like to forget. Here's the 0-2. Another foul ball. Yeah, as Gracie Orr trying to get her bat around in time to move these runners around from third and first all the way to home, and Southeastern can tie this game up or get a lead. Here's the 0-2. Buffington puts one in there, and Gracie Orr tried to get a hack at it. Gets a piece of it. Lands outside of the field of play. Almost took out a 2014 Kia Soul, which, if you're asking me, would probably be a favor. The 0-2 to Orr. Swung on. Keaton's there in right field, but she can't make a play. Came up just a bit too far. Wallace is going to score. Southeastern Oklahoma State sends one runner home. She gets tagged in a cut in a pickle here, and Jessica Williams will apply the tag for the second out. That ball was hit over the head of Keaton in left field. It burns her to the fence. She comes up throwing. Wallace was already on third base. She scored easily. Lauren White tried to make it around third and back home, and she got caught in a pickle in between Williams at home plate and Mayberry at third, and Mayberry flipped to Williams, and Williams tagged her for the second out, so only a one-run hit right there. In comes number 15, the shortstop, Bailey Beard, to swing through the first pitch of this at-bat, and this ball game is tied 1-1 here in the top of the second. So with that score, they've already doubled the run total from the past game, and a little more offensive output early here for Arkansas Tech and Southeastern Oklahoma as the second pitch from Buffington runs high and outside for ball one, as the count is now even at 1-1 with 2 outs. Gracie Orr at second base. That next pitch is called a strike. Buffington placed it right in there, and count is 1-2. Buffington gave up back-to-back hits to Lauren White and Gracie Orr. Still got an out off the throw. And on the relay play, that next pitch gets inside the hands of Gracie Orr, that's the shortstop Bailey Beard, and the count moves to 1-2 with 2 outs. Buffington now trying to get out of the inning. Here's the 1-2. Bailey Beard swings through it. Buffington gets the K, her second of the ball game. And this inning is over as we move to the bottom of the second now. 3 base hits, though, in that inning. Wallace, White, and Orr both all 3 got singles. One runner comes around to score, and it's a 1-1 ball game here as Cheyenne Mayhe will return to the circle. And we'll return after these messages from KARV.
Half off or more on apparel.
We're back here
North Face, Columbia, Patagonia,
in the bottom of the second with shortstop Brooke Pruitt
Nike,
now sauntering into the batter's box.
Athletes Corner,
She's going to try and repeat what Wells and Riley did and get some doubles into the gap here, but she'll watch the first pitch run inside for strike one.
Final.
Now, back to the Alatus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier.
We're back here with Brooke Pruitt, the shortstop, stepping into the box. Watch the first pitch go by her for a strike, and she'll watch the second one do the same. Actually, she won't watch it. She turned her head all the way around to follow the bat, and that bat made no contact with the ball as the count moves now to 0-2. Pruitt batting .252 on the season. 27 RBIs to her credit. She'll foul that one off. Count stays at 0-2. Mayhe works ahead of her first hitter today. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Pruitt. She'll foul it off back over the backstop and out of play. Someone's going to go home with a nice neon yellow souvenir. Oh, 0-2 count in favor of Mayhe in the circle. She'll pitch again here to Pruitt, who watches that one almost hit her in the hand. She had to lean back right there to move out of the way of that one from hitting her. And count goes to 1-2. The 1-2 to Pruitt. She puts it over the head of the second baseman, but the second baseman reaches up, makes the catch. And that's the first out. Marilyn Alvarado at second base with the quick hands. Didn't have a lot of time to react to that. Stuck her paws up, and the mitt found the ball. Pruitt lines out to second base right there, and we'll go now. The eighth batter for Arkansas Tech, the catcher Jessica Williams, who applied the tag to Lauren White earlier and got a good second out at the end of the top of the second earlier. Williams now puts one off the catcher's glove. She'll turn and... Williams hit that one right back to the pitcher, Mahey, on the mound. Mahey had a little trouble with it, but she ended up collecting the ball and throwing over to first base, and the first baseman, Katie Fryrear, stretched all the way out to make the out right there, showing a lot of flexibility. And now 2 quick outs for Southeastern Oklahoma as the right fielder, Adriana Cooney, is going to come back up. Cooney watches the first one run down Main Street for strike 1. And 2 outs now in favor of Southeastern Oklahoma. Mahey pitching a little better this inning. She'll throw that second off-speed pitch way outside and then claims that the ball is just not good enough for her liking. Decides to get another one. If you're a pitcher, you understand what that's like. Sometimes it doesn't matter how you throw it. The ball just isn't good enough. It's not going to do the job you need it to do. But counts 1-1, tied up here. Cooney battling against 2 outs here. She'll put the drive, a charge into one, but it's going to go the opposite direction. Foul ball. Counts 1-2. Trying to get some more balls here as Cheyenne Mahey's going to be a little bit particular about which one she wants to throw into her catcher, Lauren White. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Cooney. Cooney will put one over to third base. And it's going to be a flip over to first, and that's an easy out. So 3 up, 3 down for Arkansas Tech there in the bottom of the second. Nobody gets a hit, nobody gets a run. No errors. And the score is still tied to 1-1 here as we move to the top of the third. Buffington still in the circle for Arkansas Tech.
1 to Southeastern Oklahoma. 1. Peyton Streetman.
Back now at the top of the third, center fielder and leadoff hitter Peyton Streetman going to get her second opportunity today. She reached first base on an error by the third baseman Cassie Mayberry in her first go-around. Arkansas Tech would like to keep her off the base paths, if at all possible here. At first pitch from Buffington runs inside, outside actually, and it's called a strike 1. 0-1 count now for the center fielder Streetman. The junior will be just a bit late on this one with that hack, and that ball will land foul and out of play as the count moves now to 0-2 in favor of Buffington in the circle for the Golden Suns. And the 0-2 from Buffington. Rise ball can't come back into the zone. Streetman didn't offer at it. Count moves to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 to Streetman. Peyton Streetman swinging that bat at it just a little bit late. Looked like she swung that one one-handed right there, just trying to protect and not go down looking or swinging. She'll step back in here. Count stays the same at 1-2. Here's a delivery from Buffington. Buffington still wearing down. All these foul balls hit now from Peyton Streetman. That's 3 consecutive. Lengthy at bat for the center fielder, the junior, batting .344. The 1-2 from Buffington. Outside for a ball. Count goes even now, 2-2. Here in the top of the third inning. Still a 1-1 ball game. Arkansas Tech struck first with 2 doubles back-to-back from Riley and Wells. And last inning, Southeastern came around, pieced together 3 singles in a row, 3 singles in that inning. Moved some runners and got 1 to score. That's where we stay right now. As Streetman fouls off another one. It's a battle of wills here. The 2-2 to Streetman. She'll foul that one back up here towards the press box. Count stays the same, 2-2, nobody out here. Streetman leads off the inning. The 2-2 from Streetman. Gonna be in the attic there, and that's a ball. Count moves full to 3-2. The center fielder digs back in now in the box. Count is full. Here's the payoff pitch from Buffington. That ball is framed up nicely by Jessica Williams, and that's a nice strikeout there off a lengthy at-bat to put away the first hitter of the inning. Buffington gets her 3rd strikeout of the game, and now left fielder Alexis Lambert going to step into the box, trying to erase the memory of that K she had on her first attempt early on. 0-0 pitch to Lambert. Foul ball, and it hit the top of the home dugout. Foul ball, count is 0-1. Great last pitch right there from Buffington. Changed speeds on Streetman. She was expecting a fastball, got the change up. Williams framed it right in the zone. Beautiful piece of pitching and catching right there. Here's the 0-1 to Lambert. Lambert doesn't offer, keeps the bat on her shoulder. That ball is outside and just out of the zone. Count is 1-1. 1 out here. Top of the third, 1-1 ball game. Next pitch from Buffington hits the dirt. Called a ball. 2-1 count in favor of Lambert in the batter's box. Left-handed batter. Right-handed pitcher in Buffington has a little bit of advantage. Buffington runs that slider away from Lambert. Lambert keeps the bat still. That one never had a chance at hitting the zone, and some patient at-bats here from Lambert. Gives her a good hitter's count at 3-1. The 3-1 is swung on, took a healthy hack at that. It came up empty. 3-2 full count now. Buffington trying to get another strikeout here on Lambert. With the full count, here's the payoff. Just nicked that one. Foul ball. Count remains the same, unchanged at 3-2. 1 out still for Arkansas Tech off the strikeout there for the leadoff batter, Streetman. Here's the full count pitch from Buffington. This one's deposited into right field. Cooney is there, got plenty of room to get under it, and she'll put it away for the 2nd out of the inning. And nobody on. 2 outs now for Arkansas Tech.
Hitting next, the pitcher, number
Here comes the pitcher,
Cheyenne Mahey.
She popped up to second base in her first appearance. at the plate. She's given up 2 hits with 1 earned run. Has 2 strikeouts from her duties in the circle. Pitcher-on-pitcher matchup right here. What's Buffington going to throw to her for the first pitch? Fastball inside, called a strike. Finds the inside corner of the plate. Brings the count to a healthy 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Buffington. Mayhe takes a strong swing at it. Foul ball. Comes right back to the pitcher off the deflection from the lights. We'll keep the same ball that just hit the top of the foul pole, top of the lights. But that ball is then deposited back to its home out of play. Counts 0-2 with 2 outs now. And the 0-2 from Buffington. This ball is hit high into the air. It's going to probably get out of play. Mayberry, Pruitt, Keaton all run over, trying to converge on it. It's going to land in the opposing bullpen for a foul ball. Count stays the same at 0-2. Now Buffington battling here for this 3rd out with 2 away in the top of the 3rd, trying to get her teammates back into the batter's box. This ball is deposited over the head of Riley. She can't get her glove on it, gets just a piece of it. But Mayhe's going to be standing on first base. Base hit there for the pitcher and utility player Cheyenne Mayhe. Southeastern's 4th hit of the game, and now Marilyn Alvarado, the second baseman, is going to step into the box here. Also a left-handed batter. She'll try and get some movement here in a little 2-out rally for Southeastern Oklahoma. Here's the 0-0 pitch to her. Fouled off. Count moves to 0-1. Mayhe's going to take a short lead off first base. Williams eyes are back to the bag off the ball. Count is 1-1 now. And Buffington grabs some more dirt, get a little bit more grip. Hopefully try and sit down this batter. Marilyn Alvarado swings through that one. Over the top of it. Count moves to 1-2 with 2 outs. Buffington's had a lot of success today changing speeds on these Southeastern Oklahoma hitters. Might try and do the same right here and speed her up with this one. That slider's going to fall just outside of the zone. Count is 2-2. Buffington's been throwing that pitch that moved to the opposite side of all these left-handed batters. No one's offered at it yet, but if she finds the corner with that pitch, it'll be a hard one to get a hold of. Here's the 2-2 from Buffington to Alvarado. This one runs just a bit inside, and now the count is going to be full at 3-2. And a 2-out walk would probably be the least enjoyable thing to happen right now for the Golden Suns, but Buffington going to try and change those plans. That ball is given a ride, but high and foul for the second baseman Alvarado. She flew out to right field in her first at-bat. Mayhe at first base. 3-2 count now to Alvarado in the box. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd for Arkansas Tech. 1-1 ball game. This one's back up the middle. Riley can't get there on the diving stop. Keaton comes in from center, and now back-to-back base hits here for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Buffington's been giving up a handful of singles now, 5 of them. Only 1 run has come across. Camry Wallace steps back in now. Our second shot. She had a single in her first appearance. Courtesy runner now for the pitcher.
Runner at second base for Southeastern, number 32, Courtney Crane.
Number 32, Courtney Crane going to come run for Cheyenne Mayhew, who made it up to second base off the single from Marilyn Alvarado. Here's Camry Wallace, the junior. Left-handed batter as well. Buffington puts that pitch past her for strike one. The count is 0-1. Buffington's been working ahead of these batters in this inning. Got 2 quick outs and now struggling to get to third with the runners on second and first here for the Savage Storm. Now this next pitch is fouled off. Count is 0-2 in favor of Buffington in the circle. The 0-2 pitch with 2 outs and 2 runners on here for Southeastern Oklahoma. Another foul ball here. Courtney Crane, the senior infielder, came in to relieve Mayhew at second base for pinch running. And Marilyn Alvarado, the junior second baseman, at first base with 2 outs. Another pitch fouled off there for number 16, the third baseman, Camry Wallace. Wallace has got a .467 slugging percentage. Pretty good at putting the bat on the ball and wearing out pitchers. As she does it again with another foul ball, straight to the backstop. Count stays the same at 0-2. And Buffington and Arkansas Tech, they need this out right here. And keep the momentum on their side as they've allowed 2 straight singles here with 2 outs on the board. Here's the 0-2. That ball is swung on. The slider from Buffington was in the opposite batter's box. Wallace swung a sword at it. And nothing happens there. A couple of hits in that inning, but no runners come across the board for Southeastern Oklahoma. Score remains the same at 1-1. We move now to the bottom of the third inning. Arkansas Tech 1, Southeastern Oklahoma 1. As we bring you back to some more GAC Conference softball action on KARV.
Care of you. Call us today, 479-968-5668. Oasis Realty. We put the real in real estate. Find us on Facebook today.
The Valley's News Authority is CAR, KRV Russellville.
Now, back to the Oasis Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier.
Welcome back to Chartwell's here as Timber Riley takes the first pitch of that at-bat and puts a charge in it into right field for her second hit of the ball game, a single off the bat. Ambush tactics working well here for Arkansas Tech. As Timber Riley takes that first one, deposits it into the fair grass that was unmanned out there in right field. That was not a bad pitch from Cheyenne Mayhew. It was going away from Riley, but Riley just got those hands square and found some open grass. Wells is going to pop this one back up into the middle. The second baseman, Marilyn Alvarado, has the handle on that one easy, as well as tries the ambush tactics there as well, but The success levels between Riley and Wells are a little different. Wells gets the pop out, and Riley standing on first base.
Mackenzie Goins.
As Mackenzie Goins, the first baseman, steps in now for her second at-bat to this ball game. Goins puts one up the middle, and these first pitches of the last 3 at-bats have all been hit. Wells got her shot taken away from by Marilyn Alvarado, but Goins hits a single up the middle right below the glove of Cheyenne Mayhe. Riley put one into right field right past the first baseman, and now Tech has runners on first and second here with Cassie Mayberry. The third baseman in the box now for Arkansas Tech. This one couldn't land foul. Oh, that ball was not handled. Riley moved up to third after she thought that ball was caught. It was a foul ball that just got past the first base bag high in the air. The second baseman, Alvarado, made a diving attempt at it, couldn't get the handle on it. Everyone goes back to where they came as the count is 0-1 here with 1 out and Mayberry in the box. Here's the 0-1 from Mayhe. Mayberry gets that one to roll foul. Offered at it, didn't get her bat all the way around. Count moves to 0-2, and it looks like Arkansas Tech head coach Christina McSweeney was tired of the timid at-bats from her Golden Suns and told them to start swinging that thing, and now they have. And they've got runners on first and second here. Here's the 0-1 to 0-2 to Mayberry. Mayberry offers at it, and she was swinging at something that wasn't there. She'll go down there with a strikeout.
In next, the center fielder, number 10.
As there's 2 outs now in the inning. Here comes center fielder Shelby Chavers. The 0-1 to Chavers, 0-0 to Chavers. Outside for a ball, 1-0 count now. Timber Riley hit a single, she's at second base now. Mackenzie Goins hit a single, she'll be standing at first base, a place where she's comfortable, as she mans that position on defense for Arkansas Tech. Chavers in the box now, trying to get her bat going today as she'll swing through the second pitch. And the count is even now at 1-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Arkansas Tech threatening with Riley in scoring position. And the Golden Suns are a little more aggressive now at the plate. Here's the 1-1. That's going to get a piece of Shelby Chavers right there. And now the bases are juiced for Arkansas Tech. And up comes number 8, Sydney Keaton, the left fielder. Looks like Southeastern Oklahoma State Courtney Rogers now is going to come out and argue that that ball may not have hit Shelby Chavers. Little creative discussion right here, and I'm sure it's all very nice pleasantries. How's your mother? How's your family? Everyone's great. I think that you're a terrible umpire. That's probably what's being said. But Rogers is going to go out there and have a talk with her pitcher. Talk about where to go with the softball in this bases-loaded situation. Riley got on with a single into right field. Goins went back up the middle. Chavers got hit by a pitch. In between there, Mayberry and Wells struck out, popped up to second base respectively. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs here. Keaton at the dish. She'll watch the first pitch run in there for a strike. Pretty easy call for Blue behind the plate. It was right down the middle. Keaton taking a more calculated approach to this at-bat, but she'll put a drive into that one. And it'll be a home run if it was in an elevator shaft. Super high up and out of play. Foul ball. 0-2 now to Keaton. Big at bat with the bases loaded. Keaton repeats the process again. Foul ball out of play. Mayhe still in the circle now for Southeastern Oklahoma. She's got 3 Ks to her credit, but she's also hit 2 batters, given up a quadrant of hits. Keaton puts this one high to second base. Now Alvarado's there. She'll have it covered. And even though the bases were loaded up for Arkansas Tech, no one could come across to score, and this gridlock of 1-1 still stands as we move here now at the top of the 4th inning. Bovington's going to come back out to the circle and resume her work. Score still tied 1-1 here in this GAC doubleheader. Game 2 will return here after these messages from KARV.
Ask about how you can join the Arkansas Carport dealership family today. Stop by Arkansas Carports on Highway 64 in Knoxville. Visit arkansascarports.com or call 479-885-5022.
Now, back to the Olathe Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier.
We're back here at the GAC Conference softball action. Bailey Buffington now working on a good game here in her 4th inning of work. She'll send the first pitch of the inning. A little high and outside for a ball with Fryrear up the plate. Fryrear watches the second pitch. Find the zone for strike 1. The count is 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 score for both teams here. Fryrear takes the rise ball upstairs. Count is 2-1. Fryrear fouls off that pitch. Count moves now to 2-2. This one's popped up high, maybe enough room for Williams to make a catch here behind the plate, and she does to grab the first out. That ball was popped up high and faded in the field of play. Jessica Williams turned around, didn't even take the mask off, didn't need it. Took care of it herself, and that's the first out of the inning.
The catcher number 17, Lauren White.
Lauren White now going to step into the box for her 2nd appearance today. She singled in her first trip to the plate, but she'll swing through that first pitch. Looked like a garden hose underwater. And a 0-1 pitch from Buffington again swung on, and nothing doing there. 0-2 now to the catcher, Lauren White. The 0-2 from Buffington. White puts a drive into this one. Cooney's going to be there. Will she make a diving play in right field? She certainly will. Another great effort from Adriana Cooney in right field. And let me tell you, folks, this Golden Sun to outfield has shown a lot of defensive prowess today. Diving catches up against the wall, right and left. Either way, they've got speed and they've got sure gloves out there. The right fielder for Southeastern Oklahoma State, Gracie Orr, is going to try and come in. get on base here. Or fouls off the first pitch. Almost takes out a pedestrian over there. Would have been a hefty hospital bill, but she gets out of the way. Not a big deal. Count is 0-1. 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning here. Buffington still in the circle for Arkansas Tech. Her next pitch is also fouled off. With White, with Orr in the hole, 0-2. Gracie Orr also deposited a single into the outfield with her, in her first trip. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Buffington. 3 pitches, 3 straight foul balls. Gonna need a reload of some of the softballs here. 0-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on here for Southeastern Oklahoma State. And Buffington staying in control of this game. She's given up a handful of hits. Only 1 earned run against her. She's trying to sit down the right fielder Orr here. Orr puts one right to Riley at second base. Riley barely has to move. She leans over, grabs it, and that's the inning, folks. Still a 1-1 ball game here as we move now into the bottom of the 4th inning. No base hits and no errors in that inning for Southeastern Oklahoma State. We'll return with shortstop Brooke Pruitt for Arkansas Tech at the bottom of the 4th right after these messages from KARV.
Now, back to the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier.
Inside the chalk steps, Brooke Pruitt here, ready to get her second at-bat started. She grounded out to second base in her first appearance. She'll watch the first pitch of the at-bat, run low and away for ball 1. Watches the next one go right down the pipe for strike 1. Count is now 1-1. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Arkansas Tech and Southeastern Oklahoma caught in a 1-1 tie here. Pruitt squares to bunt, gets a hold of it, but it's going to roll backwards instead of forwards, and that's a foul ball. 1-2 count now for Pruitt in the box. And the 1-2 pitch to Pruitt. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove for the first out of the inning.
Now hitting the catcher number 17.
And here comes the catcher, Jessica Williams. She grounded out to the pitcher in her first appearance. She'll roll over on that first pitch. Doesn't make it past the third baseline before it rolls foul. Count moves to 0-1. Williams is a right-handed batter. She's a junior. Notched 10 RBIs to her credit this year to go with a trio of home runs. She'll watch that pitch run away outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, in a 1-1 tie between the Savage Storm of Southeastern Oklahoma State and the Golden Suns of Arkansas Tech. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Williams gets her hands around and a little early on that one. A foul ball near the third base line. Cheyenne Mayhe is still out there in the circle for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Got a 15-8 record to her credit so far this year through 36 appearances, 10 complete games on her stat sheet as well. The catcher Williams squares to bunt here with 2 strikes. She'll likely pull back. She does and watches that pitch run upstairs for ball 2. 2-2 count now for the catcher, Jessica Williams. The 2-2 from Mayhe. Mayhe fell off a bit there on the mound, and that ball hits the dirt. Count goes full now at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch from Mayhe to Williams. Change up just high. And Williams going to take first base here with 1 out, and Adriana Cooney
Hitting next, the right fielder.
Gonna come in.
0, Adriana Cooney.
to take some hacks here, the right fielder. The first issued walk of the day for right-handed pitcher Cheyenne Mayhe. She's hit a couple batters, but hasn't issued a base on balls yet until that at-bat. And Cooney, who grounded out to the third baseman last time, I'm sure would love to move this runner around here at first base. That pitch runs inside, and it's going to get Mayhe on the. It's going to get Adriana Cooney there on the fingertips. Looks like there's a discussion of integrity right here. Not really sure if it hit the bat or not. The always honest Adriana Cooney says that it did not hit her. And we're going to have a meeting of the minds here. All the umpires get together to determine what they think happened. Adriana Cooney obviously favoring that left hand that it looked like the softball had got a piece of right there, but she made no attempts to take off towards first base. And it looks like we're just going to keep playing the game and not going to ask any more questions. A don't ask, don't tell mentality here in Russellville. Here's the 0-1 pitch now to Adriana Cooney. She's going to call time as the rhythm of the game now is a little thrown off here with that pause and action. Defense is going to shift over here for Southeastern Oklahoma State. My goodness. High fly, towering fly ball into center field for Cooney. The center fielder for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Peyton Streetman comes over to make the catch there, and now there's 2 away with the runner on, and the most dangerous hitter in the ballpark today, Timber Riley's going to step in. She'll try and get her third base hit of the ball game.
Timber Riley.
She's got a single and a double to her credit. She'll watch the first pitch run outside. Ball 1. She turned around on the first pitch of her last at-bat and put the ball into right field for a single. Worked an at-bat early on for the leadoff at-bat of the game and turned it into a double into left center. She'll watch the next pitch run inside. It's ball 2. Mayhe's looking like she doesn't want any piece of Timber Riley in the box now with 2 outs. Riley's got the better of her today. Catcher Jessica Williams leads off first base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Riley thought about coming around on that one as well, but that ball was inside. The count is now 3-0. A little bit of question about whether or not that ball might have clipped a bit of Timber Riley right there. But once again, I feel like it's pretty common knowledge if the ball hits you, take off towards first base. She made no such effort. And it's 3-0 here. She'll square the bunt, pulls back, and she'll take a 4-pitch walk. Runners now at second and first, as in steps Kaylin Wells, who also has a double to her credit, and an RBI today as she brought home Timber Riley with a shot to right center.
Player number 29, Caitlin Wells.
Here's the first pitch to Wells. Finds the right groove now for a strike, and the count is 0-1 with 2 outs. Now head coach Christina McSweeney's got a little bit of a bone to pick with the umpire, trying to call time, and it wasn't granted by the home plate umpire. And she came down to make sure that she could get her courtesy runner in for her catcher.
Courtesy runner at second base for Arkansas Tech is number 15, Kaylin Aguirre.
Christina McSweeney was fired up right there, and if you're an Arkansas Tech Golden Sun, that's got to fire you up. Your coach is fighting for you. And now, Southeastern Oklahoma State's coach going to come out and have a word here with the umpire, going to get her 2 cents in, because she can complain as well. Coach McSweeney of Arkansas Tech wanted to call time the minute that her catcher got to second base in order to get a courtesy runner in. It wasn't granted before the first pitch of this at-bat happened, which is usually customary. And now it looks like interim head coach Courtney Rogers is going to argue that that courtesy runner should have to go back to where she came in the dugout, and Williams should have to remain at second base because it wasn't the proper protocol. Although McSweeney argued her case very vehemently. You got to give it to the interim head coach, Courtney Rogers here. She's been rallying for her team all day, no matter what it is. Players hit by pitches, making sure that it's a fair game all the way around, and that the Savage Storm and her team get a fair shot. She'll come in now to have a word here with Cheyenne Mayhew, make sure that everybody in the infield, especially the pitcher and the catcher, know where to go with the softball if it ends up in their hands. It's a 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning, as these dramatics are still not quite concluded yet. We don't really have a definitive answer on what's going to happen. It seems that both head coaches are pretty upset now with the home plate umpire for either granting time or not granting time at the right time. But I think we're going to get things under control right here. And hopefully we can resume action here in this GAC Conference softball matchup. The count should be 0-1 here. That pitch goes inside for a strike. Caitlin Wells now in the batter's box as Mayhew shakes off signs. That ball is high, and it's called a ball. Runners at first and second here with 2 away for Arkansas Tech. One count now for Wells at the dish. Here's the pitch from Mayhew. Same pitch, same place. Above the strike zone, called a ball. And another chance for Caitlin Wells here. Here's the pitch from Mayhew. That one's inside. Takes off for third base and called save. number 15, Kaylin Aguirre, the freshman. She comes in as in the pinch running role for Jessica Williams and narrowly avoids the tag at third base as the pitch got away from Lauren White right there. Kind of had to bobble it around her feet, but she picked it up and threw a seed to third, and Aguirre came sliding in there under the tag. And now you got runners at second and third here. Riley and Aguirre at second and third respectively as Wells fouls that one back out the other way. Does a little damage here to these speakers. She'll see the charge for that in her tuition come Monday. Full count now here for Caitlin Wells in the box. Runners on second and third with 2 outs here, bottom of the fourth. Wells puts one a shot into right field. Right fielder's going to get there and make a play on it. That was a line drive to right field. Gracie Orr came over, had a beat on it from the minute it left the bat. It was a good at-bat by Caitlin Wells. She worked it, found the pitch she wanted, but Gracie Orr was right there, and she knew what she wanted, and she grabbed that ball, and now still nobody scores.
Left on base at the end of 4 innings of play. Arkansas Tech 1, Southeastern Oklahoma 1.
Score still remains 1-1 here in the ball game as we move on now to the top of the 6th inning. Top of the 5th inning, excuse me, here on KARV. We're back now in the top of the 5th inning. Had some dramatics to conclude the end of the 4th. Both coaches took their turns berating the home plate umpire, as is softball tradition. Nothing ever changed, but the score is still 1-1 here as Buffington comes out for her 5th inning of work. Leading off now is the shortstop, Bailey Beard. And Beard puts one up the middle. It's right back to Buffington. She flips her glove to the ground and makes the easy play at first for a 1-pitch out to begin the inning. In this 1-1 gridlock of a ball game here for the second part of the doubleheader today.
Center fielder number 27, Peyton Streetman.
The order turns over here for the Savage Storm as Peyton Streetman will step back into the batter's box. She reached on an error at third base and struck out her 2 at-bats so far. Here's the first pitch, Streetman. The pitch on the slap bunt attempt goes a little bit high, and it's called a ball to make the count go 1-0 with 1 out here. The 1-0 pitch also can't locate the zone, and it's 2-0 now for center fielder Peyton Streetman. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Streetman. Fouled hard, but out of play for Peyton Streetman, and the count now moves to 2-1. Buffington worked a quick out in this first at-bat of this inning. A 1-pitch ground out right back to her from the shortstop Beard. And now she's in a hole here, 2-1 in favor of Streetman at the dish. Here's the 2-1 from Buffington. Streetman gets a hold on it. Flips it over to Pruitt, who gloves it and flips over to Goins at first base. That makes 2 outs now for Arkansas Tech in the inning.
Getting next, the left fielder, number 44, Alexis Lambert.
Alexis Lambert going to dig back inside the chalk here. She had a strikeout in her first attempt and flew out to right field last time around. And Buffington wants to keep up her solid work today. Lambert swings through that one way late. Count goes to 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Lambert. Rise ball goes above the strike zone. Count moves to 1-1. The 1-1 pitch lands inside and finds the inside corner for strike 2. 1-2 now with 2 outs here in the inning for Arkansas Tech. Lambert still in the box. Still alive here for Southeastern Oklahoma State. And here's the 1-2 pitch from Buffington. Lambert puts a read on one and gets a shot to go through third and shortstop there with a 2-out single.
Now hitting the pitcher, number 3.
And in steps the pitcher, Cheyenne Mahey. Mahey hit a single in her last appearance as well. And she's gone through 4 innings, only giving up 1 earned run when she's done in the circle as well. Here's the first pitch of the two-way player. Mahey puts it up in the middle to Pruitt. Pruitt flips to Timber Riley at second base. Gets the force out, and Pruitt's glove got him 2 outs in that inning as no damage is done. Only 1 hit in the inning. And this game has still remained tied at 1-1. We move now to the bottom of the 5th.
No errors and 1 left on base. The score remains Arkansas Tech.
So we got first baseman Mackenzie Goins going to get her third at-bat of the game as we return here for some 5th inning action of this GAC Conference softball matchup
care of your property.
here on KARB.
Never been easier.
The first baseman, number 18, Mackenzie Goins.
We've gone through 4.5 innings here with a 1-1 tie. Here comes the first baseman, Mackenzie Goins, up to take her third hacks of the day. Goins was hit by a pitch and had a single in her 2 plate appearances so far, and she'll take the first pitch and foul it off out of play to turn the count to 0-1. Arkansas Tech doing a much better job in this second game of protecting the plate. Haven't had quite as many strikeouts, and they've strung together a few more hits in this one. Goins watches that curveball ride back into the zone for a nasty pitch, and strike 2 in the favor of Mahey on the mound. Here's the 0-2 to Goins. That one's high. She almost offered at it. Better judgment prevails. Count moves to 1-2. The Arkansas Tech dugout willing their team to string some hits together here, put some more runs on the board so they can walk out of here with this one. Goins puts one to third base. She'll reach over and snap it to first for the first out. Cameron Wallace playing third. Took the slow roller and textbook play over there, flips over to first base where Katie Fryrear snagged it and gets the first out of the inning. Here comes Cassie Mayberry. This ball is popped up into center field, no man's land, but the center fielder Streetman comes over and makes a quick second out here off the pop fly from Cassie Mayberry. And here comes the center fielder, Shelby Chavers.
Number 10, Shelby Chavers.
Chavers has a strikeout against her, but she reached first base last time in her second plate appearance after she was hit by the pitch. She watches the first one go outside. for ball one. Second pitch runs inside for a strike. Count is now 1-1 with 2 outs here. Bottom of the 5th inning, still a 1-1 tie. Not a lot of offense in these two games today. Great textbook defense and solid pitching from both staffs today. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Mayhe. Chavers likes it inside, offers at it, and swings, but it's going to be a foul ball. And the count is now 1-2, 2 outs. Nobody on here for Arkansas Tech. Chavers in the box. Mayhe still in the circle for Southeastern Oklahoma. Giving up 4 hits today, only allowed 1 earned run. 4 strikeouts to her credit as well. Here's the 1-2 to Chavers. And like a dog with a full bladder, that one runs outside. Two-two, even count now for Chavers with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 from Mayhe. And that ball never found the zone. Full count now for Shelby Chavers, the center fielder. Chavers is batting around 280 on the season. She offers that one, but doesn't go all the way around on the swing, and that's going to be another walk for Cheyenne Mayhe as Shelby Chavers reaches first base here with 2 outs in the inning. Solid 2-out at-bat there for the center fielder. Here comes the left fielder, Sydney Keaton, making her 3rd plate appearance today. She struck out and popped up to second baseman in her 2 today. Chavers takes off on the wild pitch, is going to get her easily up to second base. It's a called strike. And the count is now 0-1. It was actually called a foul ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch to the left fielder, Keaton. Keaton puts one over to the pitcher's head, but the center fielder is right there. Came in a few steps, and Peyton Streetman makes the 3rd out of the inning, and this is still a 1-1 tie as we move into the 6th inning.
Bottom of the 5th inning for Arkansas Tech. No runs scored. There were no base hits.
Arkansas Tech has been putting the bats on balls. It just seems to be landing in the gloves of all these Southeastern Oklahoma State defenders, not having to move too far. They're hitting it hard, but sometimes that's the name of the game. You just hit it into someone else's glove. Buffington comes out now for her 6th inning of work. She's still out there working hard to try and keep this game tied at 1-1 as we return here on KARV.
Broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier.
We're back here in the top of the 6th inning. Marilyn Alvarado, the second baseman, getting her 3rd at-bat of the day. She'll watch that first pitch from Buffington. Slice outside, called a ball. A 1-0 count in favor of the second baseman for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Game is still 1-1 here, as we're reaching the later innings of this one. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Alvarado. That one finds the zone at the bottom middle section, and it's called a strike, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Buffington. This one's popped up foul. Could have a play on it here from first base, and Mackenzie Goins didn't quite have a read on it from the start. Came over and tried to make a play at the fence, but couldn't wrap the leather around, and The easy out is avoided there for Southeastern Oklahoma State, and Alvarado has a little bit new life here. So the 1-2 count, nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 6th inning here for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Buffington. Runs upstairs, high for ball 2. Buffington now sitting on the precipice of 100 pitches today, only giving up 1 run. Alvarado puts a shot into 1, and Cooney's there in right field to hammer it in. She'll get into Pruitt at covering second base. And Buffington gives up her 7th hit of the day.
Now heading to third baseman, number 16, Camry Wallace.
As the third baseman, Camry Wallace, now going to step back into the box. She hit a single in her first at-bat, struck out last time. Coach Courtney Rogers for Southeastern Oklahoma State is going to come have a little chat here with the on-base runner for Southeastern Oklahoma State, the batter stepping into the box, and the one on deck. Crucial at-bat here for Bailey Buffington. She's just reached the 100 pitch mark. Only given up 1 earned run so far. Several singles, but the defense has been pretty stout and has allowed for no more to come across. Alvarado's got some speed off of first base and maybe trying to move the runner around. Try and get a little bit of extra threatening runners in scoring position here. Looks like the game plan here for Camry Wallace is to lay down a bunt, try and move Alvarado over, get her in a better position to bring a run home for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one gets down for a bunt. Goins charges up and makes the play. She'll flip over to Riley covering first base. And with 1 away here, the runner from first base moves up to second. And now Alvarado and Southeastern Oklahoma State are threatening here to score and break this tie with 1 out in the late innings here at the top of the 6th. Katie Fryrear now. Get some more hacks out of it as Coach McSweeney is going to come talk to her infield. Fryrear grounded out to the pitcher and then popped up to the catcher in her 2 plate appearances so far. Fryrear's batting .264 on the season. She scored 21 runs and driven in 31 of her own. Three for 3 on stolen bases and attempts this season as well. Looks like Arkansas Tech's going to go to the bullpen here, maybe. Bring in another pitcher. Shannon Lacey's going to come out to finish off this game. She got the start last game. Gave up 1 earned run, and that was the only run that came across in the entire ball game last time around. She had 7 strikeouts to her credit and only gave up 2 hits the entire game. It was a solid outing for a starting pitcher. The offense couldn't back her up out there, but now Coach McSweeney's going to call on Shannon Lacey to finish off this ball game and take care of the threats on the base paths. As they got a runner at second base with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Score still in a gridlock, 1-1. The second game of this doubleheader. Southeastern Oklahoma State took game 1 1-0. And Coach McSweeney really trying desperately to avoid another loss here. We'll let Lacey get her warm-up pitches in, and we'll take a quick break before we resume action here. Thanks for tuning in to KARV to listen to some great GAC conference softball.
Friends at Off-Road Tire, just 0.2 of a mile past UEC Theaters in Russellville. Off-Road Tire.
The heater broke down, I had to act fast. Wiggled some wires, I broke the thermostat. My wife got cold, her nose started to freeze. She said, hey man, gotta call AshleyAir.com. When your heater breaks down, they're the one you want. AshleyAir.com. They're fast and they're good and they got it going on. The technician showed up the very same day. Got it fixed right and fast, he was on his way. Next time your heater breaks, you know who to call. There's only one choice, AshleyAir.com.
Now, back to the Olathe Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier.
Thanks for sticking with us here. We're going to resume play in the top of the 6th inning. It's a 1-1 count with 1 out. Runner on second base here for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Katie Fryrear digs her cleats into the red chalk and dirt, trying to wheel that runner home. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Lacey, who just came in to relieve Buffington. Slow roll to third base. Mayberry picks it up. But it looks like this ball did not get out of the batter's box first before it rolled into the field of play, and that's going to be a foul ball. Counted still 1-2 with 1 out. This would be a big out here for Shannon Lacey if she can figure out a way to come across it. Here's the pitch to Fryrear. Fryrear puts a drive on one to the same place. Mayberry checks the runner at second. Goes over to first. Goins with the stretch and the catch. Puts away the second out of the inning. Courtney Rogers, the head coach, come back out and here have another word with Blue. Could be a pinch runner, courtesy runner. Could just be to air out some grievances. Going to be a courtesy runner here for the second baseman. And they're going to bring in number 8, Keaton Bell. Keaton Bell's a freshman catcher, and she'll get the opportunity to possibly score the game-breaking run right here if Lauren White, the catcher, can bring her home. White has a single to her total today. She also flew out to right field. She'll take a hack at the first one, but it doesn't go anywhere, and it's going to be a foul ball as the count moves to 0-1 with 2 outs. Williams is going to have a quick word here with Shannon Lacey. The umpire is going to have a word here as well. I'm not quite sure what this discussion is about. Probably not about what they're going to have for dinner tonight. Hopefully they're still focused on the game. Making sure the umpire is okay, as there's a possibility that he might have gotten clipped with one of these foul balls. But he wears protection and gear too, so he should be fine, and we'll resume play right here. No one lost any limbs, fingers, or feeling in any toes. And this game is heading down to crunch time right now. 0-1 to Lauren White, the catcher for Southeastern Oklahoma State in the box. Runner on second base with 2 outs for Southeastern Oklahoma State. White swings through the second one as well. Count moves to 0-2 as Lacey trying her best to get out of this inning with no more runs across the board for the Golden Suns. A little bit more communication now from the dugout to the catcher and the pitcher's mound, making sure everyone knows where to go with the softball and what pitches should be called right here. Proactive softball. That pitch probably could have been called a strike. Umpire didn't like it. Tailed away from strike zone, and now there's a ball in favor of the catcher, Lauren White. The 1-2 from Lacey. Swung on all the way around, and that is strike 3. Lacey gets him out of the jam. It's still a 1-1 ball game. We're going in now into the bottom of the 6th inning. Arkansas Tech coming up to bat. 1 base hit in the inning. but Shannon Lacey came in to take care of it.
Bottom of the 6th inning, all tied, Arkansas.
And the game is still tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it looks like that Southeastern Oklahoma is going to bring out Amberlin Walsworth as well to try and finish out this game for Arkansas Tech. Walsworth only gave up 2 hits all game with no earned runs in her 7 innings of work last time out in the first part of this doubleheader. And if I'm Arkansas Tech, I'm not sure I want to see Walsworth out there. She was moving people off the plate left and right with pitches, had all the command she wanted. And this one could possibly go to extra innings if these two pitchers are going to battle like this, folks. Walsworth's going to step in and relieve Cheyenne Mahey. That appears to be the only defensive substitution now for Southeastern Oklahoma State.
Of inning number 6, leading off for the
Bottom of the 6th inning here. Shortstop Brooke Pruitt. She's had a great glove in the field all day, and I know she'd love to come through with a clutch base hit for her Golden Suns right here. The Savage Shorn have brought back their pitcher who threw a complete game in the first part of this doubleheader, looking to shut down this Arkansas Tech offense. Here's the first pitch from Walsworth. Doesn't find the strike zone, way above it. Ball 1 in favor of Pruitt at the dish. Cooling off here a bit in Russellville. Still good softball weather. Pruitt offers it the second one. Swings over the top of it. Count moves even to 1 ball and 1 strike here. Here's the 1-1 from Walsworth. That one leaks outside, doesn't find the zone. Call the ball. Count moved to 2-1. Pruitt offers at that one as well, but that one just dropped off the table and right into the catcher Lauren White's glove. It was a masterful pitch there from Amberlin Walsworth. She'll even the count back up now at 2-2 with no outs as Pruitt leads off the inning here for the Golden Suns. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Pruitt. Pruitt swings at it, gets just a tiny piece of it. It's called the foul ball. Nothing changes, everything stays the same. So Pruitt refocuses now and steps back into the box. Any way to get on base is a good way here. Here's the pitch from Walsworth. Pruitt pops it up sky high and above the press box. Still 2-2. Nobody out. Pruitt just trying to protect right here and not be an easy first out of the inning. The 2-2 to Pruitt. That one runs upstairs. Called ball 3, and the count now full. Good patient at bat here from Brooke Pruitt. See if she can foul off a few more and maybe work a walk or find one to square up on and deposit into the outfield. Here's the 3-2. And she watches it run low for a ball. And now Arkansas Tech has one person on with nobody out here early. Here comes the catcher, Jessica Williams.
Jessica Williams.
Amberlin Walsworth didn't even allow a walk in her complete game earlier on. This bunt attempt is popped up, couldn't get it down. A costly mental mistake there from the catcher, Jessica Williams. She didn't get that ball to hit the ground. It would have surely moved over Brooke Pruitt to second base. Now with 1 out, the threat of a double play is still widely up in the air. But Adriana Cooney is going to decide whether or not she wants to be a hero right here. Cooney steps into the box. She's grounded out to the third baseman and flew out to the center field. Pruitt getting a dangerous lead off of first base, but she'll go back to where she came from. Amberlynn Walsworth only gave up 2 hits in the first game, didn't issue a walk. Comes in relief of Cheyenne Mahey and issues a walk in her first at-bat. This one is skied high and could be out of play. It is going to fall on top of the Arkansas Tech dugout. So no harm gone there. Account is now 1-1. As Cooney's just trying to move Pruitt over to second base and not getting out and stand on first base herself. Southeastern Oklahoma State's pitchers today have done a solid job of their command and moving pitches inside of the zone and outside of the zone to keep these Tech hitters guessing. Arkansas Tech has been at their best today when they've had aggressive at-bats. That's how they got their first and only run of the day so far. Aggressive at-bats from Caitlin Wells and Timber Riley, and the few extra hits they've strung together have been off the first pitch of every at-bat. Working late into counts has not worked well in favor of the Golden Suns, but hopefully Cooney can change that right here. Here's the 1-2 pitch to her. She offers at it, swings over the top of it, and it finds the catcher's glove for a strikeout. 2 outs now, but here comes Timber Riley. Timber Riley, 3 at-bats today. 2 official, as 2 of them were hits, a double and a single. She was walked last time up. She's probably the person Arkansas Tech wants to see with their bat in their hands right now. Watches the first pitch roll in there for a strike. Pretty textbook first pitch strike right there for Amberlynn Walsworth as Riley watches it in all the way into the glove. Pruitt still at first base. 2 outs here, top of the 6th. 1-1 tie. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Walsworth. Leaked far outside. And the count goes back to 1-1. Riley now getting the signs here from third base coach Josh Bertkey. She'll square the bunt, but you got to think with 2 outs, she'll pull it back and swing for the fences here. That pitch runs outside for a ball 2. Savage Storm fans and coaches disagree with the call, but they don't get paid to make those calls. Here's the 2-1. Riley, healthy hack there. Metal couldn't find the ball, and the count is now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out with one runner on here for Arkansas Tech. 6th inning now. Time running out. Riley puts one into right field. This could burn the right fielder. It could be over the wall, back to the wall. Right fielder makes a play on it. Pruitt stumbles around third base, but she'll get home easy. And Timber Riley with the clutch double over the right fielder, Gracie Orr, on a 2-2 pitch. Sends Pruitt home and has broken this tie up late here in the 6th inning. Timber Riley, have a day. The second double of the day for Timber Riley. She was named the Arkansas Tech Female Athlete of the Year. She's lettered in volleyball. She's a terror on the softball diamond, and she just came through clutch right there for these Golden Suns. And now Caitlin Wells would love to repeat that process right there as Timber Riley stands off second base. Amberlynn Walsworth hasn't seemed to have a chink in her armor all day. Only the first earned run she's given up, and honestly, for Southeastern Oklahoma State, it couldn't have come at a worse time. Arkansas Tech just brought out Shannon Lacey again. She was notching up strikeouts right and left in the first game. And it looks like Caitlin Wells, who also has a base hit to her credit today, would love to do the same right here. She puts one into right field, but the right fielder, Gracie Orr, is right there for the play. And even though that was a great hit that almost came to fruition for Wells, Timber Riley comes through with the big stick, and she put Brooke Pruitt home with the RBI to break this tie. It's a 2-1 ball game. We go into the top of the 7th, and the game rests on the shoulders of Shannon Lacey, folks. We'll be back here after these messages from KARV.
Because you, the customer, are always the top priority at Fleet Tire Point S. So come by today and experience the Fleet Tire Point S difference. No stress with Point S.
This is Carve, KARV, Russellville.
Now, back to the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier.
We return here to the top of the 7th inning. Arkansas Tech off the bat at Timber Riley reclaimed the lead 2-1 here at the bottom of the 6th inning. And with one more inning of work here from Shannon Lacey, the Golden Suns will go home victorious and split this doubleheader 1-1. Second pitch now from Lacey. The first was called a ball. Second pitch, Gracie Orr swung over. And the count is now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 to Orr. That one's high. Called a ball. 2-1 now. A little bit of late evening sunshine peeking its way here into the Chartwells Athletic Complex. The weather is great. It'd be a good day for a victory here. Wild pitch. Hit the dirt before it even came to the plate. Luckily, nobody was on. Count is 3-1. Williams made a half-hearted attempt to stick her glove up and stop that ball, but it got back anyway. It will be credited as a wild pitch, but nothing doing there. And she'll issue a walk right here to lead off the inning to Gracie Orr. And the lineup will now go to the 9th hitter here, shortstop Gracie Beard. McSweeney going to come out and talk to Shannon Lacey right here with one on and nobody out here in this crucial top of the 7th. Everyone will go back to their playing positions here. Gracie Orr was issued a walk, and she'll stand now on first base. And here comes the shortstop, Bailey Beard, be batting from the left-handed side here. One on, nobody out here, top of the 7th. Tech with a 2-1 lead here. First pitch from Lacey. Might have been a called pitch out there as that one was high and outside for a ball 1. Looks like Bailey Beard's going to try and get this ball down to move Orr over from first to second. And give Southeastern Oklahoma a chance to tie the game. She tries to bunt there, but this one just drops off the table under the bat. Caught by Williams for a strike. Corner infielders now moving up to bunt depth. The second bunt attempt there, fouled off. Count moves to 1-2. They'll have to swing it now. Coach McSweeney came in to have a word with Lacey after she issued the no-out walk to lead off the inning. It appears Lacey took her words to heart and is trying to get Beard out here with all she has. The 1-2 to Beard in the box. Right down the middle, Lacey froze her up. And now there's one out, one runner on first base. Good strikeout there for Shannon Lacey. Gave her a little bit of cheese right there, some movement. Old Beard didn't know what to do, and that's the first out of this crucial top of the 7th. Lineup turns over now. Center fielder Peyton Streetman reached in the first inning off an error. Hasn't touched any of the white pillows since. She'll take the first pitch and foul it off towards the the third base dugout. Count is 0-1, one out. Gracie Orr still on first base for Southeastern Oklahoma State. They're going to try and move her over all they can. That next pitch from Lacey is framed up by Williams, and it's 0-2. Streetman may not have liked that one. Didn't bring the bat off of her shoulder, and now she's in a hole here, 0-2. Trying to battle here and not be the second out. The 0-2 from Lacey. Inside. Called a ball. All the Tech fans would love to see the umpire ring her up on that one, but it was just inside. The count is 1-2, 1 out. We're still at first base for Southeastern Oklahoma State. They haven't made any attempts to move her around to try and get her into scoring position, bring the tying run to the plate. And here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. That's the second straight strikeout for Shannon Lacey. And folks, with 1 out left here, Arkansas Tech could tie the series up 1-1 and escape with a 2-1 victory. Lacey's come in and made quick work of these Southeastern Oklahoma batters, issuing some strikeouts and commending her defense to play well behind her. Here's Lambert. She singled last time up. She'll watch the first one run in there for a strike, and Lacey now working like a machine. She's trying to get out of here. The count's 0-1, 2 strikes, top of the 7th inning. Arkansas Tech holding on desperately to a 1-run lead here, 2 runs to 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be called low and a ball. The count is now 1-1. Number 44, the left fielder, Alexis Lambert, batting about .237 here. 53 games into the season. She'll watch that next pitch run outside too. And the count is now even at 2-2. Excuse me, 2-1. As she threw 2 straight balls. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Here's the pitch from Lacey. Lambert puts one to Pruitt at second base. Shortstop shuffled over to first base, and that's going to be your ball game. Shannon Lacey comes in relief. Issues only a couple walks and retires everybody else as Arkansas Tech takes the series 1-1. They'll finish the regular season 35-17 on the year with a 25-7 GAC record. We'll get the conference softball tournament here coming up in the next few weeks. And Arkansas Tech has a real shot to take home the GAC crown. Thank you for sticking with us today here on KARV and on the Arkansas Tech Sports live stream. I'm your play-by-play guy, Colton Little, and we'll have more softball to come here in the coming weeks. Can't wait for some more action, some GAC softball right here on KARV and the Arkansas Tech Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in.